of 120, and Bunty's a third of the way there. Treble 20 hit, single 20 hit, tops he needs, tops he gets. And another Shanghai checkout on 20s on that Ali Pali stage this afternoon, taken with consummate ease by Stephen Bunting.
Yep, that was the bullet. Stephen Bunting beating Madhuz Razma 4-1 in the last round of the darts. He plays Luke Woodhouse tomorrow in the World Championship fourth round, and there's a potential quarter-final tie on New Year's Day if he wins against Luke Humphreys. I'm delighted to say we're going Bunting mental now as we're joined by the man himself, Stephen Bunting. Stephen, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you? I must admit, I didn't think darts players got up at 9:15 on Sunday mornings. Aren't you very much night birds, you lot?
It all depends on schedule, but obviously I'm up early for you guys, so
thank you, Stephen.
I'm happy to be here.
We do appreciate it. We do, especially on a day off as well when you're not playing till tomorrow. It's very good. Now, you're all the rage these days, Stephen. You've got your own YouTube channel. You've got your merchandise range. Let's go Bunting mental. It's been all about Bunting, and you're a man who's coming right back into form.
Yeah, no, I think it's always important as well to brand yourself. I've got a really good fan base behind me now, and I think that's important. And obviously, you've felt it in the Ali Pali. The crowd's been 100% behind me, and obviously that's helped me get through the games as well. When you've got that sort of crowd behind you, you can win anything.
Steve, I mean, you've always been a popular player. I mean, even if you go right back to your BDO days when you won that final, but it just strikes me that it's just increased a lot just recently. I mean, what do you put it down to your good use of social media?
I think that's definitely a part of it. Obviously, the Luke Littler situation with him coming in, it's brought the demographic of the fans down as well. I think they enjoy the social media side more, so hence that's picked up a lot. And obviously, people like seeing a personality of a person as well, so they see a different side of me on the socials. When they just watch a darts playing on stage, it can be quite boring. You can just see the back of someone's head and they're just throwing darts at a board, whereas on social media, I'll be doing something daft and interacting with fans. And obviously, that's the sort of story behind the YouTube channel, to make sure that people do see my personality, my home life, things I do away from darts. And we'll be having a lot of fun on that YouTube channel.
Stephen, how do you balance the emotion and the needing to be totally cold and focused? Because I think you've been talking about sort of when you're waiting, the walk on, and you can hear all the sort of the emotion in the Ali Pali and all the fans getting ready for you to walk on, and that sort of makes you emotional. But of course, when you're up there, you have got to be absolutely focused. Can you actually blank it all out?
I think you need to. Obviously, the walk-on's exceptional over the last year or so. Every time I walk on that stage with the crowds getting right behind me, it is so emotional. And the first two legs, I find it really difficult to rein myself in. But I really enjoy the walk on. I enjoy everything about it. But it's as soon as I'm up there, I'm quite a grounded lad as well. Keep your feet on the ground, and obviously take one step at a time. And I think that's what you've got to do. The hypnosis helps in that as well. That keeps me really level-headed and really focused, not just on the hockey, but away from it as well.
But this is with Chris O'Connor, who's a hypnotherapist. What's he done? Is it helping sleep patterns? Is it you've been talking about looking for the energy when you're playing?
Well, you can see how awake I am now at 9:20 in the morning. He's fantastic, to be honest. It's all about that. It's emptying the bucket in your brain that all negative thoughts go into this bucket and it overfills, and obviously that's where stress and anxiety comes from. So to keep my levels of stress and anxiety down when I'm on the hockey is really benefiting me when I'm on it, and you can see in my performances now that I'm playing the best darts I've ever played.
Stephen, I was there on Friday night, as Henry has alluded to a little earlier on. Atmosphere even more mental than it usually is. I was with Barry Hearn. Barry just has a smile on his face all the time, seeing the money rolling in, the darts getting bigger and bigger. You are all there going along for the ride. I mean, have you even seen in the last 5 years maybe the increase in the attention it's getting?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Obviously, we go back a few years to the Fallon Sherrick situation, and we had Billie Jean King tweeting and stuff. And these people of huge importance in the world, tweeting about our sport, and it's brilliant to see. Obviously, you see Ed Sheeran turning up to watch. I've had Prince Harry in the crowd before for my games.
Bear Grylls was there when I was there on Friday night. I mean, you get a massive range of people going along. Hard to get the tickets for the celebs.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable, and it shows how popular the sport is, and long may that continue. I think there's a debate. Obviously, Sky Sports at the minute are covering it.
And talkSPORT, Stephen, and talkSPORT.
Yeah, sorry. And the contracts are up next year, so Barry will be rubbing his hands together, knowing how popular the sport is, and probably trying to get the best money he can to obviously raise our sport to the next bar.
Stephen, the Bunting bandwagon is rolling along very nicely. If, touch wood, you win the trophy on the January the 3rd, will you take the trophy to Anfield 2 days later to show, obviously, the COP, the Liverpool fans, and Manchester United will be in town?
Yeah, of course. I'd love to do that. Obviously, when I won the Lakeside title 2014, I got to take it onto the pitch when we played Aston Villa. And all the Villa fans were singing "There's Only One Phil Taylor." So hopefully this time people will actually know who I am, which would be really good. And I'd love to do that, especially against Manchester United. There's no bigger game in football for me than that.
Do you get to see Liverpool much? And what sort of impact? I mean, you must be really impressed with what Arne Slot's done.
Yeah, no, he's been unbelievable, hasn't he? Obviously, to come in and fill Jurgen's shoes was always going to be a difficult situation. But even the team, I speak to Kelleher quite a lot, and he says he's so grounded. They're really enjoying playing under him, and he, as long as they're enjoying it, you can see that they're playing the best football as well. So they may be seeing Chris O'Connor as well.
Henry almost manages to bring it round to football, Stephen, and I know you are a big football fan, but don't you find it amazing that darts almost runs football neck and neck over the Christmas period? If not, it's more popular than the football. Everybody seems to be watching it at home.
Well, it's football darkness, isn't it?
I really don't like that football darkness. Who came up with that? It's dreadful.
I understand they're trying to merge him, but it's the festive period, isn't it? Everyone loves watching the football over the festive period, and everyone loves watching the darts, and it's fantastic that obviously both sports are thriving. Like you said, I've noticed the popularity in our sport has gone up 50% since I've started playing PDC, and even when I go out now, I'm walking around the streets and getting recognised all the time. So the popularity in the game, and like I said, the demographic of it with Luke Littler being involved, he's really took it to another level. And I've got kids walking in JD, following me around asking for selfies and pictures and autographs. So yeah, long may that continue, because that's unbelievable.
There are a heck of a lot of Lukes in darts these days. You're playing another one on Monday, Luke Woodhouse, tomorrow. He had an amazing match against Damon Heta, who had a 9-dart finish, and it seems traditionally these days, if you have a 9-dart finish, you don't win the game, you end up losing it, and he lost. He did bank £60,000 for the privilege, but he lost. So Woodhouse is a man who's very much in form and has had a pretty good year.
Yeah, no, he's a great player. I've got a lot of respect for him. If he hits a 9-darter, I won't be jumping around the stage and doing cartwheels, don't get me wrong, but I'll give him a handshake and we'll get on with the rest of the game. I'm fully focused on that game now. Obviously, what's gone before is gone. I've got a good record against them, I know that. But I also know that I need to turn up and play my best game to win, which I'm prepared to do. So I really can't wait for tomorrow. I still don't know whether I'm afternoon or night schedule. I'm waiting for PDC to let me know. But as soon as I know, then I'll be ready for that session.
Are you feeling like you're in confident form? You mentally that you're right? And also, can you look forward and think, Luke Humphries in the quarterfinal? That's going to be a toughie if I get there.
Yeah, no, of course. Listen, they're all tough. There's no easy games these days, and it's been well documented. I've been practicing with Luke Humphries as well. So me and Luke Humphries are really good friends, but I've got Luke Woodhouse in the way, so. Get rid of Luke Woodhouse, then it's Luke Humphries. Get rid of Luke Humphries, then it's Luke Littler, and then they'll try and find another Luke. So it's going to be difficult. I've got to keep just focused on the first game, obviously, and we'll see how we go from there. But like I said, I'm feeling really relaxed. I'm feeling really confident, and that makes me dangerous.
Stephen Bunting, been brilliant to talk to you. All the best for tomorrow and for your chances of parading that trophy around Anfield, which could be quite something. Stephen, thanks for this on your day off.
No problem. Thanks very much for having me.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.